Late one night, a man is staying at a supposedly haunted Airbnb when suddenly he captures this.
Okay, I usually do not, or I never have believed in like haunted stuff, okay? But I'm out at Skinny Atlas Lake, the Fingers Lakes in upstate New York. And the Airbnb I'm staying at, the guy did say, just FYI, we do have people say that they hear a piano play at night. And I thought it was bullshit. And I swear to God, I've heard it. It plays. There's nobody fucking in here. I'm going to walk over here. So in case I die, I have a documentation of it, okay? It's an old house. It's on a beautiful lake, though. But I did find out the guy who owns the place, daughter died in a car wreck. And her ashes are on the piano. God, I get chills. But that's the piano. And it plays at night. And it freaks me out. I have chill bumps just being in this room. I do not get a good vibe. But it's scary as shit.
A man and his friend are staying at a seemingly innocent Airbnb located in New York. However, the man explains that the owner of the Airbnb warned him that people who have previously stayed at this Airbnb have claimed to hear a piano play by itself in the middle of the night. The man explains that he found out that the daughter of the owner had died in a car accident, and they spread her ashes on the piano. So, the man starts recording to showcase the Airbnb, and as he walks around the bottom floor, we can see that he is alone with his friend. So there should be no one else but him and his friend inside. However, shortly after this recording, the man and his friend would be suddenly alerted by a sound coming from the room where the piano is located.
I'm fucking telling you, this place is fucking haunted. You heard that?
Yeah, I can't do this shit. It's so scary.
No, you go in there with me.
Yes. You have to go first.
Stay fucking behind me, fuck you. It fucking keeps playing, I swear. No, dude, I'm not going up in that bitch. It's this piano, I swear to God it is. No, dude, you got me fucked up. If I die, I swear, I will. Oh, shit! Dude, no.
Later in the night, the man would start recording once again after hearing a strange noise coming from the room where the piano resides. The man and his friend clearly look spooked as the man explains in a whisper that him and his friend heard the piano suddenly start playing. Attempting to catch what they witnessed on camera, the man and his friend slowly start approaching the piano. The man can be heard whispering, "It's this piano that keeps playing." The man and his friend reach the room where the piano is located and watch the piano from a distance, when suddenly, one of the white keys on the piano gets pressed down on its own.
Oh, shit! Dude, no.
Terrified, the man and his friend quickly exit the room and the footage would end, leaving us and the man and his friend to wonder, have they captured proof that this Airbnb is truly haunted?
Oh, shit! Dude, no.
Late one night, a woman would call the police to perform a welfare check on her neighbor, when suddenly she would capture something eerie.
Right there. Wait, they're going up to Tom's place. So wait, you said the light wasn't off?
Yeah, exactly. And I knew that something was going on. That's a lot of cops.
Holy shit, what the hell?
Why look at the window?
Oh my god, they're calling.
They're coming out.
Are they calling something in? They're going back over. What was Tom doing?
Is there like an app you can check or something to figure out?
Jesus.
A woman and her husband would get concerned after they saw strange activity coming from their neighbor who lives in a trailer park near their property. So they would call the police to perform a welfare check on their neighbor. The woman and her husband are watching nearby as the police investigate the neighbor's property, when suddenly, as the woman pans the camera towards one of the police cars, a dark silhouette can be seen standing eerily still in front of the police car. However, when the woman pans the camera back towards the trailer, the shadow suddenly vanishes behind the cover of a police officer walking past. The woman doesn't seem to see this as she continues to record. This eerie shadow could just be a result of the lights flashing from the police cars. However, this shadow isn't reacting the same to the shadows of the police officers passing by. And why would the shadow suddenly disappear? And shortly after this footage was uploaded, the woman would update the internet with another video of her explaining what happened after the police investigated. She would explain that the police found the neighbor to be deceased, leaving us and his family to wonder, have they captured the spirit of the deceased neighbor, still roaming their property? A man would dig up a patch of grass on his property he has never seen before, and what he would find is chilling.
So I was mowing the yard yesterday and seen this little square patch of grass. It's never been here before. It's dead. When I drove over it, it kind of sank. And I came over here with the shovel and tapped on it. Let me get a little closer. It's some kind of door. I've been here 22 years and this has never been here before. So I really don't know what to think about it. But about 1944 there was a old cabin here that burnt down, and it may be some kind of well or storm cellar or something. I may dig it up if enough people show any kind of interest in it and want to know what it is. I particularly don't know if I want to, because this house on the internet is being haunted. We've heard an old couple talking and seen a little girl, and the people have stopped passing by and said a little girl's walking around the pond and there ain't nobody there. I do not believe in all that crap, but years after all this stuff was going on, my sister looked it up online, and the cabin that burnt down, a old couple and their granddaughter died in a fire, and that kind of freaked me out, because like, what are the odds? And this was years after all this stuff was going on. So kind of superstitious about opening this thing, but if y'all want to know what it is, I will open it up. So let me know and have a good day.
A man by the name of Cody on TikTok would post a video showcasing a patch of grass that he found on his property while mowing his lawn. The man explains that he has never seen this dead patch of grass on his property before. This seemingly innocent patch of grass would take an eerie turn as the man realizes that the area in which this dead patch of grass is located was once the place where a cabin resided with an old couple and their daughter. However, he explains that the cabin mysteriously burned down, and tragically, the family that lived in the cabin would be killed in the fire. And ever since then, neighbors have seen strange things appear on the property, most notably a little girl walking around a pond. However, when people would attempt to investigate, the little girl would vanish. The man is hesitant to dig open the patch of grass. However, this video would go viral and people would encourage the man to dig up the patch of grass. So, shortly after the man uploaded this footage, he would decide to investigate further.
Well, it wasn't easy, but it's open. I don't know if it's an old septic or an old well. It's way out here in the field away from everything, but I had about a 15-foot stick of conduit. I stuck it down in there and couldn't touch the bottom. And I do have an old pump. I'm gonna stick in there and pump all the water out and see what in the world is down there. There's no telling. As long as it ain't an old septic. I see what y'all think. If anybody knows, let me know. But that's what it was. Had no idea it was here, so now y'all know.
Encouraged by the commenters on this previous video, the man would investigate the patch of grass further and use a shovel to slowly dig up the area to see what he would find. After digging up the dead patch of grass, the man would find what looks like an old underground well. The man explains that he tested how far the well goes down and he couldn't reach the bottom with a 15-foot stick. So, the man would end the video explaining his next plan of action and encouraging his commenters once again to see what they have to say. However, this investigation would take an unexpected turn as the man would upload another video shortly after he dug up the well. And this time, the footage would take place at night.
You guys just had to have me open the damn well. That's my room. I keep hearing something under the house. I thought I did last night. I was pretty tired. I forgot I got an old crawl space. I'm a man, damn it. Don't be a sissy. I'm living here. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Nope, I'm fucking out of here. My surfball TikTok. Hell no. That's bullshit. You know you don't believe in that. You know the history of this house. Ugh. Nope. I'm gonna go sleep at the fucking gas station parking lot. I don't even want to go back in there. That freaked me the fuck out. Ugh. Yeah. I'm not going back over there. Oh, that is the creepiest freaking sound I've ever heard in my freaking life.
Shortly after the man discovered the well under his property, he would upload another video. However, this time, the video starts with the man recording after he woke up to a strange noise in the middle of the night. The man can be seen with a flashlight investigating a crawl space under his house. The man hesitantly opens up the crawl space and shines his flashlight inside, when suddenly, a low growl can be heard coming from somewhere in the crawl space.
What the fuck?
Terrified, the man quickly backs away from the crawl space and the footage would end, leaving us and the man to wonder, has he captured something paranormal taking place? And is it related to the underground well?
What the fuck?
A woman is alone exploring a historical site when suddenly she realizes she's not alone.
Williamsburg. And this basement, I've never been able to go in here before. It is so freaking scary. Like there are these, what looks like prison cells down here. Look at these. Tell me that's not absolutely horrifying. What the hell? Did you see that shadow? Oh my god. Hello?
A woman by the name of Abby on TikTok would upload footage from an exploration of a historical site located in Virginia called Williamsburg. This historical site dates back to the late 1600s to late 1700s and has rich colonial history, notably playing a role in the American Revolution. The woman states in the description of this footage that she has explored this historical site 3 times before. So, she decided to explore the site once again, alone. and this time she would be exploring an area she's never been to before, the basement. The woman makes her way further into the basement and showcases multiple prison cells locked within the basement walls. However, as the woman goes to explore further, a loud thud can be heard nearby, and as the woman turns around to face the direction where the noise came from, a faint shadow can be seen passing by the end of the hallway. Spooked, the woman paused for a second and slowly makes her way to the end of the hallway. She pans around the room but finds nothing. She then attempts to call out to anyone inside with her. However, she receives no response, and the footage would abruptly end, leaving us and the woman to wonder, has she captured the spirit of one of the people who used to reside in this building, still lingering the halls of the basement?
Tell me that's not absolutely horrible. What the hell? Did you see that shadow?
Before we move on to our last frightening clip, make sure you are subscribed so you can stay in the loop for the latest frightening findings. And while you're at it, give that like button a spook and check out some other scary videos I showcase on this channel. Now, let's continue. Late one night, a construction worker was monitoring a construction site when suddenly he would capture something bizarre.
Hantu guys, hantu kepala merah termonitor di area belakang gudang anda. Dia arah belakang, arah jalan koridor belakang gudang anda. Hati-hati guys, hati-hati guys, jadi gudang anda. Hantunya mengintai.
A construction worker would monitor a construction site they're working on after his colleagues would explain that they saw something strange appear while working on the site. So, the construction worker would start recording as he monitors the site, when suddenly, what looks like a bright fireball appears on the construction site and slowly hovers around. The fireball would then start to flicker and suddenly vanish, only to then flicker again and disappear, leaving us and this construction worker to wonder, what exactly has he captured hovering around at night?
Hantu guys, hantu kepala merah.
Alright, that's all the frightening clips I have for now. Thanks for watching, and leave a comment if you got frightened. And while you're at it, make sure to smash that subscribe button and give the like button a frightening experience. Thank you for all of your support, and check out some more of the frightening findings I come across here in this channel. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!